Hey guys, this is your inspirational nurse underscore RN here coming live with another great video. First of all, happy holidays. Today's video is super special. I have Amazon here, style done by me, y'all. This is crochet all the way. And so I wanted to do my hair crochet because I love it, guys. It's an easy hair to deal with if you have thick hair, thin hair. So this is my holiday here. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there. I know you guys probably are in your house or, have to still do social distance, but still enjoy and be grateful for our lives, y'all. We are still living to fight another day. So I wanted to do a special video on how I made close to $5,000 in 6 days. Bedside Nurse Edition. And so, guys, I wanted to do this video because I wanted you guys to know how to maximize your dollars as a bedside nurse. I am currently an RN, but I was also an LPN for 4 years. Yes, y'all. And I did a lot of traveling as an LPN throughout those 4 years. Currently, I work in a hospital as an RN by the bedside, and I rotate all med-surg specialties: cardiac, surgical, orthopedic, and oncology. Currently, I'm on a cardiac unit, and I'll be going to oncology again, which I already rotate through that unit. So I will keep you guys posted. So let's talk about it, y'all. Let's just jump into the video. First of all, there's several ways you can maximize your dollar as a bedside nurse, both LPN and RN salaries. So we will start with the LPN salaries. As you guys know, LPN is a licensed practical nurse. They take the boards just like RNs take boards to get licensed to practice in that state. And your LPN license can be multi-state just like your RN license. Now, y'all, so LPNs, people have this perceptions of LPNs of how much they make and if they don't work in hospitals and all this drama on the street and word on the street is a lot of that stuff is not true. I was an LPN for 4 years, longer than I've been an RN. I've only been an RN for 6 months now. And I have worked in the hospital and I have also maximized my income as an LPN. I have done a previous video about my salary as an OPN, which was a hit because people know that as an OPN or RN, there's ways you can maximize your dollar. So let's talk about how to. First of all, LPN, we're going to start with that. And then basically, you're going to do the same thing you would do with your RN. And that's the first step, is to negotiate your salary. Your base salary is very important when it comes to maximizing your salary, only because usually your sign-on bonus is broken up into 3 parts if you do get a sign-on bonus as an LPN. So you will not be seeing that amount of dollars as an LPN coming into a new job. So it's very important to negotiate salary. And yes, you can as an LPN. Every job that I came into, I negotiate my base salary because that is where my base will be. Now, guys, we're not talking about raises and bonuses, but we're just talking about our base. Your base is going to be your base until you get your next raise. So as an LPN, I think my starting maximum was like 19. I'm currently in the state of Virginia. And so the cost of living is like in between. It's not cheap, but it's not expensive. So sometimes some jobs will try to lowball you as an LPN and try to do you like 15, 16. So I was very negotiable. Started out at 19. And then from there, I maximized my dollar through travel and staffing agencies due to the fact that I'm also a military spouse and don't have the ability to work regular schedules like everyone else. And so when you do staffing or travel nursing, you can do it as an LPN. There are actually more positions as a travel LPN than a travel RN. RN positions as a travel nurse goes very quickly and it's not a lot. There's abundant of LPN travel positions, and I still have my LPN license. So if I want to still travel as an LPN, I can, even though I am currently an RN. So, yes. So when I started to do travel nursing as an LPN, I started to go up in the upper 20s, between 25 and 27 as a travel LPN. Now that may not sound like a lot for those who are out there in different states, like up north where my New Yorkers are at, and y'all know I'm from Brooklyn. But that is going to be how you maximize it as an LPN. Of course, you can work hard on the job, but it's going to take time before you build your salary up. Other ways is to always do overtime, see how you can work time and a half, holidays. And some people work mostly holidays and they do the overtime so that it boosts their salary and income. RN, so I maximize my income where I worked 6 days and made close to $5,000. And I'll explain how I did that as well. And as an RN, I was able to work on call, which I didn't know nothing about on call shifts when I first started my job. No one really talked about it. Of course, there was a nurse that was unexpected that helped me to sign in correctly if I was coming in and it wasn't my current shift and I was picking up a 12-hour shift. It actually triples your money. It actually pays you an hour before your 12-hour shift, your base, and then everything else is time and a half plus travel pay plus overtime pay. So it puts you as like double or triple your salary. And so as an RN, current salaries are between 25 if you're starting out with no experience, and anywhere between 27 and 28 if you have LPN experience. And that RN salary does tend to increase depending on what hospital you work for, but you do get bonuses. I got a raise within 5 years of working with the hospital, and it was about $1.50, but it was still a good raise. The other nurses that have been at the hospital for a year got a $5 raise, which I felt was very decent. So I learned how to maximize my dollars by working my full 3 days as an RN, 12-hour shifts, and then work 3 days on call shift, which those days again are double and triple on those days. So your income is at the max when you work these amount of days. But as y'all know, that is a lot to do as a new grad RN. Hospital work is a lot more accountability. It's a lot more work. But if you hustle and bustle, like I'm from Brooklyn, so I'm so used to working multiple jobs, working all the time. So if I needed money to plan something or an extra bill came up, I was able to maximize my salary again by working on call. And basically the charge nurse or the someone else will call you if you were like saying you was going to pick up on that day, and they'll actually call you and say, hey, are you coming in? And you'll say yes. That's how you get your on-call pay, and you put in a special code when you clock in, and then that's how you get your on-call pay. And literally, guys, I really thought it was a accident. Like, oh my God, this is crazy how much money you get when it triples like your money. And so since I learned how to maximize my dollar as an RN, and like I said, guys, this was close to $5,000 because this is your base pay. Now you already worked your 3 days, so that's your regular check. But if you work 3 additional days within that same pay period, now that's 3 days triple. So that's how I was able to maximize as a bedside nurse. Now, bedside means, again, that's a lot of money, but it can be maximized through travel. You can maximize your dollar as an RN through PRN shifts, because as PRN shifts, you do get the maximum amount of dollar, but it's as needed and it's not consistent, opposed to having a job that is consistent, like working full time, and then anything added will be even more money than sometimes working PRN. Because I did the math and I was just like, well, this is actually more money to do it this way and make sure I work my full days. Anything after that is overtime, it's time and a half. So if you was already receiving 27, 25 an hour, that's times and a half. Plus you're getting overtime, plus you're getting on-call pay just for being there. Because the hospital is now on your personal time. And so you chose to work on your personal time. And so I've been rocking it. I've been picking up maybe 6 days for a whole week. And then the next week I'll pick up only an extra day or two on-call day. I get paid every 2 weeks like everyone else. And then I'll take a break in between because I'm still in school and kids, y'all know. But I would say just to do it if you guys like you know, you need something right away, you know, you need something for school like a computer, or your kids need something and you want to plan a trip. You know, Christmas and Thanksgiving and all these holidays are coming up. You know, bills are still being due. And so this is a way to actually put away money, which I adore, seeing that my retirement is building, and I also like to see my savings is building. Because God forbid something was to happen, there was a second wave for COVID-19, you will be like, okay, how I'm gonna pay my bill. So this is really a good time to save your money if you're gonna maximize your money and actually put it away. So if you had to be out of work for a week, you will be fine. Your bills will still be paid. And so I truly believe that. And it takes hard work to maximize your dollar. My goal is always to work less and still make more. And so that will come with time, because over time you're constantly getting a raise. And so that will come with time. I did receive a sign-on bonus as an RN. Believe as an OPN, I received $1,500. That was like the most I got for like a sign-on bonus. I know now it's probably more. And then for RN, it's like $5,000 and up for a sign-on bonus. But just keep in mind that they break your money up in parts, and so you won't get the full amount of your sign-on bonus. And so it's kind of sad, but do not pay attention to your sign-on bonus as if like, oh, I gotta have that. Oh my God, they're gonna give me $1,000 right away. Usually the ones that have the sign-on bonuses is usually sometimes it's not the best place to work, or they really just need a lot of people and they're trying to attract you with the sign-on bonus. What's important to me is just my base pay. If my base pay is starting off really nice, then whatever else I make or decide to work or put in is going to be double that. And so always keep that in mind, y'all. Happy holidays again. I am super happy, y'all. For those who are new to the channel, take this time to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And like I said, I was originally going to do a travel assignment while working full-time as a nurse RN in the hospital, my current position, and that would have put my salary at $7,000 to $8,000 a week, because my travel company pays weekly and my job pays every 2 weeks. And so it would have been a lot of money. But right now my priority is to get my degree, and I love the place that I work for. I love the training and the education that you get with that. So, you know, they also have travel opportunities to travel within the hospital, and it's always good to travel safely and actually know what you're doing with your patients and be safe. It's really never about the money. You will totally get burnt out, and sometimes you'll be so drained you have no time to spend your money that you make. So I would say always spread out your days when you're starting to pick up a lot of days, or find positions that have good base starting salaries, so that way you don't got to work so hard just to get a certain amount of dollars. So, but it's good to work. Don't be lazy. There's tons of positions out there if you're in the healthcare field, even for CNAs and nursing assistants, and there's ways for them to also maximize their salaries. You can also do private duty. I know a lot of nursing assistants do private duties, home health, staffing agencies, and I feel like that's really good, because they could go in and take care of their patient, and you know, then they get paid per visit. And so I think that's a really good way also to maximize salary. I'm always big for working with agencies and travel, and it's just so exciting to just network with people outside of the hospital system. Hospital system is very organized and it's very political, and you have all these tons of people and all these policies, and you just like, you know, some people just like to just work and just don't be bothered, and then some people really like that environment. And so you really got to know yourself. Me, I like both. I like having security with a good job, and on top of that have my travel. Just keep in mind sometimes your travel season, like there'll be a season where travel is not really popular, like the hospitals, their staff is working, so they don't really need that many travel nurses. So just keep in mind, travel is always a PRN part as needed type of field. Even when you get contracted, you only contract for 13 weeks if you're a travel nurse. And so I don't like contracts. I do PRN because if I want to cancel my shift and because I'm tired, I can cancel a shift. There's no penalties. I'm not tied to nothing. But when you do a contract, you're actually bind to those days. So if you have another job and you can't make it because something came up with your other job, then you're kind of screwing yourself over. So just keep in mind and be careful with the contracts. Make sure you read things thoroughly. A lot of people right now transitioning to travel because they just see that there's financial opportunities, which is nothing wrong with that, because again, a lot of people are out of work. I know my husband don't really pick as many drill days up anymore, so I've just been maximizing my salary to balance everything out. And I made way more just doing it the way that I just told you guys, just working my full days and then picking up after that, and you know, every 2 weeks getting my paycheck. So that's one way to maximize. Of course, you can always open up a business, use the skills that you're good in, and open up a business and work from home and be your own boss. That's always the best way to maximize your salary without the headaches of working for other people. So some things are not always sweet, and not everybody do well with travel, because you'll be working outside of your hospitals, working in somebody else's hospitals, and sometimes people are not so nice to you because they know you make a lot of money and their hospital is currently paying them like low, you know, like a low amount. I remember some travel hospitals or facilities I would work for as a travel nurse will always offer me a job, but since I was working for a travel company, it would be conflict of interest. But the travel company was working, you know, offering 3 times as much for salary versus what the hospital were paying their own employees, which I think is very sad. And it's important for facilities and organizations to ensure that they're paying their staff a decent amount and not treating people like that, because the amount of work that goes into taking care of patients is a lot. I mean, and not everybody can do that. But again, happy holidays. This is your girl Tiara. I hope you guys enjoy this quick little vlog. I just wanted to get on here. I'm currently here with the best lighting because my husband's starting to cook already, so we just been getting prepared for Thanksgiving. And so you guys stay tuned. I'll be doing another video. I hope you guys enjoy the information, and I'll speak to you guys later.